It's DIY Gemini and we are finishing the tote bag. All right, we're making a tote bag based on this design that I made to close out AAPI month, or Asian American Pacific Islander month. I am excited to get forward with this and put it all together. If you want to hear the story behind the design and how I used the Cricut to put the design onto the fabric, there is a part 1, which I will link into the description below and in the cards as well. And this is going to be part 2, where we're actually going to be sewing the tote all together. It's going to feature a zippered top that's recessed or inserted, valley, I don't know, recessed. Anyways, and also like a mini pocket in the inside and long straps. It's pretty big. I want it to be like pretty spacious as well. So yeah, let's get started. So first we're going to be starting with our inner liner that has a pocket on the inside. I didn't have any liner fabric. And I'm trying to use as whatever I have at home, and I have so many scraps, so I'm going to end up using this like really large shirt I thrifted forever ago. I really like the faux suede on the front. I'm actually just going to use it for the inner lining here. And then I think this is large enough for me to cut 2 big rectangles out of this. Alright, so for the pocket, I did 7 inches this way, 6.5 inches this way. You can actually just make whatever size that you want. This is going to be the bottom. We're going to sew straight stitch all the way around this way. I actually used the sleeve of that shirt, so this already has a hem. You know, a little life hack, so save me a little bit of time. So we have the sides sewn on. This top is still open. I haven't done that yet. So again, to make this is going to be the top of the pocket, we're going to fold it once and then we'll fold it again so that hides the raw hem when we flip it over inside out. So let's do that. And since if this may not fit over your machine like this, a lot of machines will take this off. So when you sew sleeves and stuff, you could take that off and then just sew all the way around, and then we'll flip it again and then do another all the way around. You can use like the eraser side of a pencil to like get these little corners too. It's cute. It's very cute, ain't it? Look at that. Okay, so I have one of my squares here. You're gonna see seams on this box, this inner lining piece, because that's the side of the shirt where it had some like decorative stitches as well as some slits that I just closed up. So I'm gonna vaguely trying to hide that. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's just the inside of my bag, so we are right. I think I'm gonna put the pocket here arbitrarily just to cover that up. I don't want to put it too close because we're actually going to be attaching the zipper, the recessed zipper at the top. Somewhere in this area it's just fine, like this middle area you want to do that, or like here, but giving yourself enough room to sew the recessed zipper. Just going to do a straight stitch just like that, nothing fancy, and we're not going to close the top. I am going to sew like this bottom layer into there. We have our second part of the lining, and we're going to put them right sides together. So just as a reminder, like you can use whatever plain fabric you want for your liner. Since this is my old thrifted shirt, I'm deciding to use this since it's more shiny, and that's going to be my right side, and that's going to be what's facing the inside of the bag, and the more faux suede is the wrong side. So yeah, so right sides together. We're going to pin it all the way around. Do not forget, there's going to be one side that we're going to keep a 5 to 6 inch gap opening. And to help me remember, because otherwise I'm just gonna lollygag and sew right through it. I'm gonna remind myself with a good like marker. It can be arbitrarily whatever you want. It doesn't have to be exactly the size that I said. It's just enough room so that we can turn our bag in right side out later. So those are just going to be my 2 markers so I know when to stop. So we're going to start sewing here, this way, and up, then skip a gap, and then sew the rest of it. And then this is the top. So we'll leave that open. Okay, so we have our 2 big pieces sewn together. So we're going to box the corners. I have my hand in here. Hello. I don't know if you see my outline of my hand, but anyways, we're gonna turn this to the side. My hand is still here, and I'm gonna do what is it, 1.5 inches from my corner, right? So just make sure that seam is in the middle. I'm gonna mark 1.5 inches, and we're gonna sew across that straight line, making sure our seams are open so we're just less bulky going through the machine. Now we have a like square bottom at the bottom. Yay! And you can snip these off if you want to, like all the excess after this. So like right here. You don't have to, since this will be on the side where you can't see it anyways. Now we're going to toss this to the side for now and work on the recess zipper. I think this is going to be the most complicated part because I have never done one of these before. I just wanted to challenge myself and try to learn how to do one of these. It's not that much more complicated, but it is an extra couple steps. So I have the zipper already in my collection. It is a 2-way sports zipper. You can use whatever zipper you want. This is what I had already. So we have 4 pieces that are the width of your bag. In my case, that is 20 inches wide. And then I cut 1-inch squares out of all 4 of them at the bottom here. We're gonna put this guy like here, face down. So the right side of the zipper is gonna be facing downwards. And this is gonna be right sides facing each other. So the front of the zipper is here. And if you have a pattern, the pattern will be facing up and they will face each other because this is the front of the zipper here. All right, so we have the right sides facing together on this side. We'll also have the right side facing on this side as well. Mine is plain, so it doesn't matter which way I put my white pieces together, which I think it's easier for a beginner like me because I don't get easily confused with the patterns and stuff. This initial sew together, you don't have to do it close to the zipper because we are going to top stitch it afterward. Okay, so then we're just gonna sew all the way down. You don't have to have a zipper foot, you could just use a regular foot, but my machine, I think a lot of machines come with their own zipper foot anyhow. It basically is a smaller and narrower foot so that you can go a little bit closer without bumping into all the teeth and the zipper head and stuff. But this is what we got, right? We sewed all the way down and then we opened this and look at that. So basically we flip it out like this, and then we're gonna top stitch here so that gives us a nice clean look. We have this attached. We're gonna do the other side. So again, we are gonna do, which one's our top? This is our right side, front facing side I should say, and then line that to the top where we had this one. Facing the right side again. And then we will line this up with this one. We'll do again, and then they're so straight down. Okay, we have our recessed zipper. Take these two, the top layer here, put those together. And then the bottom two and those together. And then we're just going to do a straight stitch like this, here, here, and here, and here. So let's do that. All right, so we have these sewn now. So the next thing is actually to flatten and create like the box like we did with the box, with like the corners of the liner earlier. So do the same thing on the bottom side. And once we flatten this out, we're gonna sew straight across. If you have a small nylon zipper, you can sew right through it. Since mine is a more thicker, not industrial, but like, it's a thicker one, a thick boy, you know? I'm not gonna be able to sew right over the zipper, which is fine. I already broke 3 needles today. I'm not trying to break another one, y'all. So I'm just gonna skip over this one. But if you have like a thinner zipper, you could definitely just sew right over it. It should look like that. Oh my God. Dude, I'm so excited. This looks so good. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. I might just cut this off. Put our recessed zipper on the inside of our pocket. So right side's in, and the zipper is going to be facing upwards. The little head there. So you see our little pocket that we made on the inside, and then we're just going to do a straight stitch all the way around the top. All right, liner is done, so let's move on to the outer part of the bag. Okay, so I have some cording that I got from Joann's. They actually sell this in a variety of different colors and thicknesses. I ended up going blue, so I want to like contrast with the bag and also match the little blue cap. So I'm going to cut 27-inch pieces. The straps are going to be around 24, 25-ish, but I just wanted some extra. We have 2 straps here. And we're going to have it right sides facing up. And you're actually going to make a U shape towards you like this. Just make sure it's not like all twisted and warped, because like that would bug me so much if it was like this and then like twisting and it would never be straight. Oh, I would be so annoyed. Such a pet peeve. To find the middle of our fabric, I'm just going to fold it in half and mark that and use that to measure where our straps will go. Since I'm going to have it 8 inches apart, I'll have the 4 lined up in the middle. And we'll just sew them with a straight stitch. Might do a couple sews just to make it strong. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side as well. Got our straps sewn on now. We are going to take right sides facing each other like that. We'll make a sandwich all along the sides and the bottom. So we have our sides and bottom sewn. We're going to box the corners. So we'll have a flat bottom. Okay, we made our box seams or box corners, and we're going to flip this right side out. Okay. I'm just using my fingers to poke out the little corners, but oh, that's pretty crispy. Okay. So now we have this, that, and then we have our liner with our recessed zipper. So we're going to open up our zipper here, and it's going to be inside out like this. This is our inside of our bag, but we're going to actually put this bag in the liner. I know it sounds counterintuitive, It's probably feels weird to do this because this is supposed to be on the inside. This is supposed to be on the outside. But you see, we'll get there. We're almost done. So first I like to line the edges first. So let's do that and clip those together. All right, we have the other side. We'll match the seam there as well. All right, we'll pin this all the way around and then we'll sew like a ½ inch down. Oh yeah, when you get to the straps, just make sure the straps are in between the outer bag and the inner bag. So they're gonna go like that. Just like that. They're gonna go inside the bag. We have everything sewn now together all the way around. It's a little tricky to get to the really bulky parts here, but we did it. So how are we gonna turn this right side out? Remember that little hole we made in the liner? We're gonna take the outer bag and come right back out. So let's take that out carefully. You don't want to rip your whole liner that you just made. Oh my God, we're so close. Cool, we're all out. So see, this is where we got our outer bag coming out. So we're just gonna fold the raw edges and sew this shut. So to make this more polished, we are going to top stitch this part here all the way around. We're done! Oh my God, that was tough to go through the corners, but look, it's cute. I mean, she's not perfect, but she's cute. All right, here's the top. So see how our zipper is recessed, so you won't see the zipper from the front or the back, but it's there. Let's open her up. Cute! Look, there's a lining. I've never lined anything before, like, because you know that's an extra step, but it does make it look real legit, right? And there's a little pocket that's enough to fit my phone or my little wallet. Ugh, cute! It's a tote! Yay! Yay! The box corners also look pretty good. Oh, I can't wait to use this, guys. Yes! Yay! After breaking eight needles. We are finally done with this tote bag. I'm so excited it's finally done. It came out pretty cute. I am really proud for using new techniques and learning new things on this video, learning alongside with you guys. I love that it has a zipper and an inner pocket, and it's really big and the straps are pretty long, so I can just maneuver it around. Definitely going to be bringing it around for traveling or farmers markets and stuff. So I'm really excited to use it. And I love that every time I look at it, it's just a piece of nostalgia for me. Thanks again for watching. Happy end of AAPI month. I got some exciting new projects coming up soon. They're actually kind of nerdy and I'm really excited to share with you guys pretty soon. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram and TikTok for some more after shots of the tote. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Hi DIY Gemini. So don't forget to follow me on there. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.